What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Who You Got with
Mello
and Rado. It's a sports podcast where we talk about your favorite sports news, sports debates, highlights, and we got some new we want to talk about in this episode. So I'm going to send it out to Mello. Mello, what we got in this episode?
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. First off, thanks for the support. We love all the fan support. We love all the communication. Got a couple people hitting us up, letting us know how they feel about it, good and bad. So either way, we just love that people are listening and enjoying the
we
content.
really appreciate you guys.
For sure. But when we first started this, like we said, we love all sports. So today is going to be our first UFC episode. I don't know about y'all, but I love me the fight game.
Mm-hmm.
So this weekend we got UFC 263.
We got great fights over there on that card.
Oh, yeah. We got 2 belts up for grabs and obviously a fan favorite. The 3 fights that we pretty much, or the ones that everyone care about pretty much.
Right. There's five fights on the main card, but, 3 of them are those 5-rounders. So we're going to talk about those today, and those are the ones really people want to talk about. What are those?
That's a fact. We got Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz. We got Deiveson Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno for the flyweight belt. Mm-hmm. And Israel Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori for the middleweight belt. So that's definitely some amazing fights, a great card. So we got some good things. What do you got? Who's the first fight you want to go over, man?
Well, the first one is a crazy one. Obviously, it's the undercard under those 2 championship belts, but this one is still a 5-rounder.
Yeah,
it's a non-championship bout, but it's between Leon Edwards and fan favorite Nate Diaz. Everyone knows Nate Diaz's
Mr.
history.
Stockton slap himself.
Mm-hmm. And people been talking about Leon Edwards. He's number 3 in the rankings, and he's 18-3 overall with 1 non-contest. Nate Diaz is 21-12. Leon Edwards is coming out of Jamaica. Nate Diaz out of the United States. They're both 6'0", and they both weigh the same. So this should definitely be pretty interesting. As far as their reach, though, Nate has a little bit higher reach, 76 inches compared to 74 inches. So just a little bit higher reach, and the leg reach, Leon Edwards takes that. He's a little bit taller
sure
in his legs, and he's a little bit bigger in his thighs, so he definitely has that advantage, 43-38. But as far as those fights, that's gonna be a good fight, between those 2 guys.
I love the fact that they let it go 5 rounds. It's not a belt, but it's still gonna be like you can go like freaking 10 rounds on Nate Diaz.
Oh, exactly. That goes to his advantage. Actually,
yeah, for sure. I don't know, man. I love both those fighters. Leon Edwards, up and coming. He's trying to get that belt championship. Nate Diaz, it's been a little dry for him. Mm-hmm. He's been out for a while. True. I don't know. I've been thinking about this fight. Like, first thing I thought, when was the last time Nate Diaz was actually favored in the fight?
It's been a while, that's for sure.
It's been a long time.
But he hasn't fought in a while, the last 2 years for sure. He hasn't fought.
No, for sure. And Leon's on an 8-0 streak. The last time he lost was to the reigning champion Usman.
Exactly. Yep.
So he's been pretty much destroying since then. Besides that, no contest, obviously. So obviously you got a great, brilliant jiu-jitsu artist and Nate Diaz going up against a very good and efficient striker in Leon Edwards. So it's pretty much they both got their strengths. The strengths are different places. Each fighter is gonna keep the fight or try to keep the fight in their range. So that's gonna be one of those where who can overtake. Can Leon Edwards' defense uphold Nate Diaz takedowns? Can he take him down instead? Does he even want to? Because on the ground, Nate Diaz definitely have that advantage.
Nate Diaz is tough on the ground. That jiu-jitsu is
disgusting.
Man. He's tough on the ground. Like he can submit you at any time.
For sure. But I feel with 5 rounds, Nate Diaz, I love my man. Just the Stockton slap, but my man's about to be a Stockton punching bag.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
You think so?
I feel like that's so. Even think about it. All the fights he won. Think about how much punishment he take, and like obviously that's what he does.
He does. He takes punishment, but he can take it though. He doesn't really get knocked out. He doesn't get knocked out. If he does, it's usually submission or something.
He don't. But I think when you give a nice, good, efficient striker 5 rounds,
Leon's a great boxer.
At that,
yeah.
I think it's gonna be a real good fight. I think it is gonna go close to the 5 rounds. What about you? How do you feel about that fight?
Yeah, see, I mean, I think that since it's a 5-rounder, that goes to Nate Diaz's advantage.
No,
him
for sure.
being, him being more of a, wrestler. Obviously, want to take everything to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, he wants to submit you. So, I think that actually takes it. Gives him a lot more advantage. Obviously, Leon Edwards is gonna want to stay up.
Right.
He's gonna want to keep him up, even if he gets down. He's gonna want to bring him back up.
For
like
sure.
they do. So he can just strike on him. I mean. This one's a tough one. I think I'm gonna have to take Nate Diaz with the submission on this one. Nate Diaz is gonna take it. I mean, if you look at Nate Diaz's knockdown or submission average, it's 142 per 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes he'll submit somebody. That's insane. That's unheard of. He's got a top 3 submission average in the UFC history. So you got to give him something for that. Obviously, you got Leon Edwards that knocks people out, and he can do the same thing.
For sure.
I feel like Nate is coming back for a reason. It's not just for no reason that he's coming back. He wants to really show what he's got, and if he actually wins this, we can talk about what's gonna happen. But with this one, I got this as a 4-round submission, and Nate Diaz getting him in the 4th round.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely the underdog, but
no, for
still
sure,
the fan favorite.
Nah,
What about you? Who you got in this one?
Like I said, Nate Diaz should be a punching bag this weekend, and I think Leon's hungry. He lost to Usman a few years ago, hasn't lost since. He's just really good. He's a really good striker, and I think he could knock Nate Diaz right in the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah.
So basically, and it's funny.
It's a possibility for sure. I mean,
we had this talk right before, obviously, what this fight means.
Yeah. Whoever wins this fight
for the title. Obviously, you picked Diaz winning. I got Edwards winning. So for me, I think. Well, first off, reigning champion Kamaru Usman just knocked the fuck out of Jorge Masvidal in his title defense.
He really did.
Loved it.
He's
knocked
a beast.
The sweat out that motherfucker. Baptized his ass, and pretty much the next fight more than likely, at some point this year. Or beginning of next year, depending on how long the talks go.
Right.
But more than likely, he's going to fight Colby Covington next for the rematch.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about that. A lot of people have been saying that that's probably going to be his next fight. He's urging the fight right now.
And Colby's been sitting around waiting for a shot. I mean, I don't think he deserves it since the fact he's been sitting around waiting.
But Leon Edwards, if he wins this fight, he's going to want that chance with Usman.
So that's what I said. A lot of people might know who Leon Edwards is now. But a few months ago, last year, a lot of people really didn't know his name. I mean, the man got a really good record. He's been up and coming. He's won 8 fights in a row. Only lost to Usman in the last 3 years.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a name. He's so underrated. The last 8 fights he won, the only one he lost to is Usman.
So if he beats Nate Diaz,
he needs that rematch.
He's gonna get a very good shot at the title. And I think if he beats Nate Diaz, I think Dana White wants Colby Covington and Usman next. That's a lot of smoke, a lot of fight, a lot of fuel. That just makes the most sense. 5 rounds,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Might be right, yeah.
So I think Leon deserves a shot next. But now, obviously, what do you think will happen if Diaz wins?
That's the thing. See, if Diaz wins, who I think is gonna win, this is gonna be crazy because I think he wants that Usman belt too. He wants to go against Usman for sure. And obviously, Dana White has got some love for Nate Diaz and the Diaz brothers. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gave him this fight.
Nah, for sure.
Coming out of
and 5 rounds.
What was kind of retirement, for him for 2 years. And I think he's either gonna take like the Kamaru Usman fight. Maybe he's gonna wait. I mean, I don't know. Whatever happens with that Colby Covington fight is obviously on the line, because I don't think that Kamaru Usman would lose to Colby Covington either way.
Nah, not at all.
So I think that he's gonna keep his championship belt up till next year.
Right.
And of course, next year, UFC said that they're doing it in Africa, which would be a great thing, for Usman to, defend his belt over there, with somebody like Diaz if he wins. But also Diaz said that he would want to fight Conor McGregor if he comes back to fight him. And that would be a great fight. Finish up that trilogy. Everyone knows what happened in those fights against Conor and Nate Diaz. Those are some amazing
he's
fights.
Still a big draw. He's still one of the biggest draws in the UFC.
Yeah, he beat Conor. He knocked out Conor McGregor, submitted him.
So here's my thing. When Nate Diaz taking a few years off, coming back, if he beat Leon Edwards, I personally don't think he will.
Right.
If he does, he's gonna have to wait till next year to get a chance at the title shot.
Yeah, I mean.
So here's
you
my
might
thing:
be right.
after 2 years being inactive, coming back, if he gets a win, and here's the thing: Nate Diaz is not gonna get a win. Now your submission call, spot on. I feel like that's the only way he catches Leon Edwards.
When he's in the ring in a 5 round fight, he's in there 36% on the ground.
Oh,
36%.
For sure.
So basically, like 1/3 of the fight is on the ground for him. You know, when it's a 5 rounder. So
no, for sure. So I feel like if he don't get the submission, then he doesn't win. But if he wins, he's still gonna get beat the fuck up.
Yeah, I definitely think he's gonna get beat
I
up.
don't think
though.
after 2 years of being inactive, a bloodied up fight, and then another 6 maybe 9 months
It'll probably be like 6 to 7. Yeah,
before a shot. I
Yeah.
don't think he gets that shot again.
at least January. Yeah.
Like if you don't get that shot now this year, he cools down.
So you think he
can't
want to fight
stay-
somebody else?
He has to. He can't win this fight and stay inactive, running his mouth for another
Right.
6 to 9 months, hoping for a title shot.
What if,
he's
like-
not gonna get it? Because at that point, I promise you, Leon Edwards will at least win 1 to 2 more fights.
He'll fight
someone
again.
else, someone else is gonna be up and coming in that. Like my man, basically Usman's like he want to fight legacies now. Like he's not worried about Diaz. Like Edwards is that one he beat early on in the career.
That's
He's
true.
now hasn't
That's
lost
true.
sense. He might want that challenge. That's exactly why. Obviously, he want Kobe. He wanted Jorge. He want to
wants
walk
the
the
best.
block
He
with
wants
the
the
people
best,
that he
and
had.
he's beaten,
He felt
you know,
like he
the
didn't do
best.
right by. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we want decision. Fine, let's go. I'm gonna knock you out. You know what I'm saying? So Leon Edwards might be that thing. I don't think he has any interest in Nate Diaz, and I don't think Nate Diaz sits around and can get that shot.
Here's the thing: like Leon Edwards is the 3rd ranked boxer in that weight class. So if Nate Diaz beats him, he's already a big draw. If he beats Leon Edwards, this is a 5 round fight.
You're right about that.
They made it a 5 round fight for a reason. So I think if he beats him, he's gonna get a lot more exposure. He's coming back for a reason. It's not like he just came back just to get a little bit of money and then just leave again, because he's already made so much money throughout his career. And
Nah,
I don't
I
think
hear
I don't think he needs it as much as other fighters would.
Yeah.
So I think he's trying to get that championship belt. I even saw an interview that said that if he doesn't get that Usman fight, the only fight he's taking is if Conor comes back, and he won't take any other fight. So I don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if he would wait 7 months, or even if Dana would give him that championship belt.
That's a fact.
I mean, honestly, after Covington, it could be like I don't know.
So
maybe honestly, I think it might. I don't know. Leon Edwards. I don't know.
It's the only one that makes
It's the only
sense.
one.
That's what I'm saying. But we'll definitely, obviously, once this weekend happen, for sure we'll have a clear picture on who wins that fight, and then at that point we can make all the speculation about what the winner deserves and what's he gonna get for sure. So that's gonna be one of the best fights. I definitely can't wait. But obviously, that's exciting 5 rounder.
That's a 5.
But it's not even for a belt.
I know.
We
That's
have
what's crazy
2
about it.
belts up this Saturday. 2 of them. So what's the next fight we got? What's the first belt we got up?
All right. Well, this one right here, obviously, we got my man Figueiredo, who's
Deiveson
been balling
Figueiredo,
out,
yes sir.
versus Moreno. Everyone knows,
Oh yeah, my boy
these
Brandon
two
Nice.
fighters, Brandon Moreno and Figueiredo. Obviously, he's coming in, and he just had a fight recently. So a lot of people kind of already know his name a little bit. They saw what he just did recently. He just fought not even a month ago, what it seems like. And let's give everyone their weight class and their ages and stuff.
I think what they're flyweight
yeah, they're
belt up?
flyweights. They're both
Yes.
flyweights, and Figueiredo's at you said
My
33.
size, baby. Well,
Yeah.
no, my size height 5'3", 5'4". I'll be honest. I'm
Right.
I'm a little bigger than them. You know.
You might be a
But
little bit
yeah,
of you
he's
might
a
be
little muscular.
welterweight. That's all right. That's all right. I'm a little
But yeah,
lightweight.
what's their stats looking
But
like?
Figueiredo's 33. Moreno's 27. Figueiredo's got a little bit more height. Oh, sorry. Moreno's 5'6". Figueiredo's 5'4", and they both weigh 125.
Right.
The
Small
reach is
boys.
68 to 70. So Moreno takes that. So that's gonna be a little bit of more of an advantage for him as far as the striking goes. But obviously Figueiredo he's headlined the last year, and you got to give him credit for having title defense. Just like a few weeks ago, like I said, and what he's been doing is crazy. He's beaten like so many great guys, like Benovitz, obviously, Perez. What he does up top, and he just goes in so fast at you. Like in the first round, he'll just go at you, like literally just start coming at you. It doesn't stop. It waits for you to start countering a little bit, and then he'll just keep coming and wait for you to get to the edge of the cage, and then he'll grab you, and then he'll try to bring you down. So that's his style. He loves to start fast, push you towards the edge.
Power puncher.
He is, and he definitely loves to just go fast with it. Go fast. He reminds me like of a UFC fighter of Manny Pacquiao.
Oh no, for sure.
He does those fast punches for sure. And obviously Moreno, he hits a lot harder. He's a lot physically stronger, and he, like I said, he has that little bit of a reach advantage.
Right.
So he's definitely a little bit better power puncher. He's beaten Dustin Ortiz. He's beaten guys like Formiga. And right now, what he needs to do is just counter. He needs to be able to like counter those fast punches and really run around the ring. Is what I'm looking at in this fight for him to be able to ring. I mean, obviously we know Figueiredo's been able to do acting so fast and knocking people out fast too. So it's gonna be tough for Moreno to actually like move around the ring like he wants to. But I don't know what you got in this fight. Who do you think's got the advantage in this one?
So obviously, you just very very good description of both of their careers, what they have, their strengths. So what I want to add to that is obviously the fact that both these title fights are the second fight.
Right. Not even the main.
Everything I had to look for was the first fight that they fought. So now, Figueiredo. Figgy took that fight in 3 weeks' notice when he first fought Moreno the first time.
He did.
And both of them weren't at 100%.
Of course not, yeah.
So a lot of if y'all don't know, when they first fought a few years ago,
started and shit, like 2020, right in April, it happened when they fought.
Yep, the fight ended in a draw.
Yep.
Basically,
a lot of people thought that Moreno should have won.
No, not Moreno, Figueiredo.
Well, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's say.
Sorry, Figueiredo should have won.
So basically, the reason why it ended in a draw is because Figueiredo got two of the judges took off a point for a low blow.
Yep, that's
which
right. Yep.
Tied up. So basically, and everyone obviously it was a very tough fight, it was a close fight, but everyone thought that the champion should have came away with a win and not a tie or not a no decision. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So obviously, or not a tie. So obviously, that was a whole spectacle. 5 rounds. They went the full distance. They went ham. It was Moreno's first time fighting over 3. Obviously, his first championship fight. So my whole thing is what they're going to bring to the table this time. And for me, it's definitely going to go to the 4th and 5th round. Obviously, that's why they call them the championship round for a reason.
Championship rounds.
So I think that Moreno slows down. So I don't know if you realize, but the first fight,
right?
When they got to the 4th round, Figgy basically just destroyed him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Moreno was tired. Figgy the output was so heavy, like you said, Manny Pacquiao, just going ham,
quick with it,
just destroying him. It was like 1 to every 4 or 5 punches. So pretty much by the time he got to the 5th round, he was just beat. And obviously he still stood in there. And one of the judges actually gave Moreno that 5th round. I don't know how.
I don't remember.
I watched that.
I don't think
I watched that. I don't know how.
That. I know.
But UFC judging is his whole. We could spend hours talking about that.
We could definitely have a conversation about that another day for sure.
So that's even why he survived basically. So
right.
I don't think with a fresh camp or more conditioning, more strength, more activity in the cage, I don't think it's gonna go the way that Moreno thinks it is. So I personally, I got a right towards the end, 5th round knockout by Figueiredo to claim his belt, or not claim, but defend his belt.
To defend that belt, right.
What about you? Who you got?
Well, see. Like I said, Figueiredo's just coming off a quick fight. Usually guys take 3 months, 6 months to come back from a fight. He's coming back like in a month or so.
He did that last time with an illness that wasn't disclosed until the day of or the day after.
But that was because another guy had coronavirus and he had to step in for him. So that was a last minute type decision. But now defending his belt and this quick doesn't usually happen. So. Obviously, him to even be able to take this fight, to want this fight.
So, before he took the first fight, 21 days.
21, exactly.
After
3 weeks.
Another title defense.
Exactly. It was a 3-week
same
title defense. Same thing, pretty much,
Yep.
Pretty much the same. I said this is about a month and a half. So, you know, you definitely got to give him credit, but fighting that much, he might have to take it into the later rounds. Like I said, he starts fast.
For sure.
He definitely starts fast. So
he's gonna go 4-5.
He's gonna use a lot of his energy, early. But I got this one. I still got this one a knockout by Figueiredo, but I got it in the late third round. I think in the late third round,
go out there,
he's gonna just
put that output out there and just
that third round. Moreno, like I say, he's a little more muscular, Moreno. So when you're a little more muscular and not like lean like Figueiredo is. Figueiredo's like so skinny, lean, and you can see that he doesn't have that much fat in his body, so he doesn't he doesn't get fatigued as much.
Right
after that third round, Moreno's gonna start getting fatigued. And I think at late third round is gonna be a knockout.
I hear you.
What about you? Who you got?
Like I said, the fifth round. So I feel like it might go decision again because I don't think he's actually like Moreno got a fucking chin.
He does. He definitely take a punch. He could definitely. I just think that Figueiredo's learned a lot, and just watching his last fight he went at it and he beat the guy in the second round. He went at it and in the beginning of the second round,
right.
He just started doing those fast punches, like I said, and that's why he won. So. Looking at this fight, I feel like he's definitely gonna have the same type of style. He's learning at least a little bit more to have defense on his on his back at least when he gets down. But most of the time he just wants to stand back up, fighting the ground.
So you say third, I say fifth. Let's hope for fourth.
Right.
Call it in between.
But honestly, either way, like even if it I'd like to see this one go to decision again and just have Figueiredo won by decision.
Oh, that was such a great war.
Because obviously what happened last time, what happened last time, he wanted to win by decision. But, what about this championship fight, Melo? This championship fight is one of the greatest fighters that at least I've ever seen in his weight class. Let's talk about it.
So I am glad that we started with this episode because obviously I've been a fan for over 10-15 years, but right now,
really, you've been a fan of the UFC?
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Nice. Who was one of the first guys you've seen in the UFC?
And so obviously I see GSP.
Nice.
And I fucked with him.
GSP.
And I ain't gonna lie, I knew how great he was, but my favorite was always Anderson Silva.
Of course,
always, Anderson, boy, the fucking
Spider Silva. Yeah.
Oh my god,
I remember.
He was so nice.
Yeah. I definitely love guys like Anderson Silva and guys like Crow Cop. I used to watch that high kick was always like crazy. That's why I love guys like.
So
Anderson.
That's why I think obviously for the main event we got Israel Adesanya and Martin Vettori. And that's why I always think that I've just went towards Israel Adesanya because his style is similar.
Style is so similar to Anderson.
Literally
similar.
My favorite fighter right now.
Tall, lengthy, 100% long legs.
My favorite fighter right now. So right now he's about to defend his middleweight belt against Vettori, fighting for the second time.
Yep.
So let me go over what. Too. Yeah, definitely a second fight. Let me go over what they looking like and what they stats looking like. So you got 20-1 from Israel, 20-0 in middleweight. That one was a jump up to light heavyweight to try to get that belt.
Everyone saw that last fight.
Yeah, and that was his last fight. Yeah. So he's coming back now to defend his belt at middleweight again. So you got 21 Israel Adesanya, 17-4 Martin Vettori. Clearly one of those four was Israel.
Exactly.
So Izzy is 31, Martin is 27. Tall, lengthy Izzy is 6'3". Tall for that weight class.
6'3", almost 6'4". He's like 6'3 3/4. Yeah. So he's up there,
And just a regular 6 foot for Martin. Obviously, still tall. I'm 5'3", but regular
that's still tall for a UFC fighter. You gotta get it up there.
For sure. Obviously, both at 185. Disgusting reach, 74-80. Izzy's just long. He's tall. He's
one of the longest reaches in UFC.
Yeah,
with 80 inches. What?
So what do you feel? How do you think this fight's gonna go?
I mean, obviously, like you just said, Izzy has so much reach,
so many skills,
and so many skills, of course, and he has that style just like Anderson Silva. That tall length. He can do those spin punches. He can do those high kicks to the head.
Right.
A lot of people can't do that. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a lot harder for other guys than it is.
I promise y'all. I tried. I did classes in kickboxing. My hip mobility is fucking ridiculous, and I don't mean good. I don't know how these motherfuckers be getting their fucking foot up there, bro, and still holding their belly. That shit is so hard, bro. This shit is so hard. So no, it's skill. It's fucking
definitely
skill.
And obviously, the taller you are, the lengthier he is, he's very like slim, slender, so he's able to like turn his body like that and really like kick you right in the side of the head, knock people out like that. So he's got that knockout ability.
Oh, for sure.
And obviously his leg reach is 44.5 inches compared to 41 inches to to Vettori. So that's exactly why he gets those high leg kicks. But the average fight time for these fighters, Vettori's at 13 minutes, and Adesanya's at around 16. So he fights a little bit longer on average to his fights. Obviously,
he likes standing the distance and picking him.
Right.
Picking and dipping out. Picking and dipping out. That's how he likes to fight.
His previous, 3 or 4 fights, he's been kind of knocking people out. Obviously, the last fight that we just talked about that he fought in, he was up in class. So, he did get knocked out.
Who did he fight before that? In middleweight?
Well,
Paul Costa.
Paul Costa, he
flawless victory.
It was a crazy
literally
one,
flawless
crazy
victory. Mr. Oh, I was drunk the night before. I drank a whole bottle of wine because I couldn't sleep. No,
you couldn't sleep.
You got your ass whooped, bro. Yeah.
But I mean, you can make the case of this like the perfect time for Adesanya to fight. He just
fresh.
Came back down.
He's fresh.
He just came back down in weight, and he still has that power from being like up in weight. So I think this might be a great time for him. As far as Vettori, he's 27, and he's fought some great rivals, but I think this is like one of the best rivals that he's gonna face. Obviously, at this moment, he fought him before. But
yeah.
now,
So one judge scored it a win, I think. So he thinks he self-claimed he don't think he should have lost, and he thinks he should have won that belt.
Well, right, and he did. If you look at the significant strikes, he got 57 compared to 46. If you look at the last fight,
the first one,
yeah, he did have more significant strikes. But when they were on the ground, Adesanya did have more control on the ground with 3 minutes to 1 minute and 57 seconds. So it's a little bit more control. So it could have won either way. Obviously, we know what happened with Adesanya when. Why he didn't win, but this one, I really wonder what you're thinking on this one. Who you think is gonna win? Because I already know who I got in this one, but who you think? Who you got?
Man, I said Israel Adesanya is my favorite fighter in the UFC for a reason. He's long, he's accurate, he's efficient, he's deadly. Vettori's a very good solid puncher, real good output. He throws a lot. And obviously he got good takedowns, and that's exactly what he's gonna try to do. This, everyone thinks, because Jan took Izzy down 3 times in a fight with ease.
Right.
That's his weakness.
Right.
But you gotta remember, before he went up to fight Jane, he told all the middleweights that was his weakness. Like,
of course, he
stop me.
He took over that whole. He took over that whole weight class. That's
so,
the reason why he went up.
So Vettori's not gonna bring nothing new. I feel like he's gonna try to take him down, but can you actually finish him when you take him down? 'Cause like you said, the first fight, Adesanya had more control.
Exactly, he did.
And I feel like Izzy's know what's coming, and he's gonna do what he does best, in and out, in and out. So I think it's gonna go to a win to Izzy, 4th round knockout. Woo. He promised that he wasn't gonna let this go to decisions, and I believe my man.
He did say that he wants.
Now
to
Vettori got a chin, so
I'll
give him over 3, because Adesanya is not a good output. He'll pick and choose. But I feel like he's gonna get taken and picked apart by the time it gets to round 4, even maybe round 5. But I'll give him 4. He's gonna get knocked out. What about you? Who you got?
I mean, so last week, Adesanya said he wants to settle the score and say that he's the best middleweight around.
That's
ever.
what I love about him and Usman. Like, they walked the block. Now they want to walk the block again and make sure their legacy is cemented.
Exactly, and you got to give it up. He's obviously he beat everyone in the middleweight, and he wanted to go up in weight class to be a champ. Be a double champion.
I'm not even mad at him.
I'm not mad at all, because once you beat everyone in your weight class, you might as well go up. I mean,
besides the takedown, which obviously, like, if your weakness is takedown and you go up in a weight class, that's gonna fuck you up.
Exactly.
Besides that, he held his own, and honestly, he didn't even put on that much weight. He didn't even meet the 205.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I feel like if he actually put his body to the limit and actually moved up there, it'll be a lot different. I'm not saying he's gonna go up there and dominate, but middleweight, yeah, he's fucking them all up. I don't think Vettori's gonna be any different.
He wanted to fight Darren Till. That's what I heard. He wanted to fight Darren Till, but now that would have been
at this point he could pick and choose.
And this one, I'm gonna just tell you who I got in this one, because
sure.
This one might be a tough one, like you said. It might go a little bit longer.
I think they all go championship rounds.
Yeah, you think it might go championship round? I think this one as well. I think this one is actually gonna be the only one that I got in the 5th round. But I think it's gonna be a 5th round knockout. I think he's gonna knock him out in the 5th. If he doesn't, then it's gonna go to the decision. He's gonna win. It might be like
Adesanya?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Stylebender.
Say, who you think?
Stylebender's taking this. Yeah. I mean, Vettori's a great fighter. You gotta give him credit.
He only got a handful of losses. He's a great fighter.
He's only lost 5 times, so you gotta give him credit. He's fought some of the biggest guys out here. So I think you gotta give him a little bit of credit as far as like fighting against Adesanya. And I think he wants to win that too because of what happened last time. But Adesanya, he's out of his world right now.
He's
just too nice right now. The way he moves around the ring, he's just gonna be able to control that fight, and he's just gonna be able to do what he wants. Who knows? He might even win by submission. But I just got this as a 5th round knockout. I think he's gonna knock him out.
I love it, and that's so crazy. So basically, we got Nate Diaz, Leon Edwards. I got Leon.
I got Nate Diaz.
You got Nate. And then the 2 championship belts, we both got them keeping their belts.
I think we both got them, yep.
Different rounds, though. Different round knockouts.
Right.
For Figueiredo versus Moreno, I got 4th round. You got 3rd.
Exactly. I got a little earlier.
For Izzy versus Vettori, I got 4th round. You got 5th.
Right.
I think all these fights can go championship rounds for sure. Past 3 easily. A lot of those fighters, basically the underdogs in all 3 of those fights have motherfucking chins.
Right. That's for sure.
They're hard to knock out. So
that's for sure. That's
definitely going to be some good fights. But I don't know. I can't wait. Obviously, we got a lot more fights than that, but those are the 3 fights that I said everyone cares about, the 2 belts.
Right, the undercards are great.
Still, I'm going to watch every second. Like I said, I love the fight game. But we don't want to sit here and talk off of here talking about 2 Russian people that y'all probably never heard about.
There's definitely some guys
there's
definitely some up and coming guys that are trying to do their thing.
Sure.
And like we said, there's 5 guys on that pay-per-view card, but these are fights that are in the 5-round fights. That's why Dana White made them 5-rounders.
Yeah, no, we definitely got a welterweight fight with Damian Maya and Bilal Muhammad at and the light heavyweight with Paul Gregg and Jamal Hill. So those are the 2 other fights on that main card. So definitely going to be some good fights, a good card. The UFC is back in action. Full force. Fans are back in the game.
That's right. It's
and obviously they're throwing events every weekend, but they're throwing these main events every month. These main
cards are crazy. Yeah. Like every main event is so nice to watch. Like every card I'm watching is a beautiful fight, a championship fight, and multiple championship fights. And what do we got on a few of the next ones?
I was about to say yes. So next month in July we got main event, long awaited. End of trilogy fight versus Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. Each one got to win a piece.
Get your popcorn
so that's
ready.
Definitely about to be a good fucking fight. Obviously, the lead up to it's gonna be amazing too.
I mean, Conor.
You know how Conor gets in full force a month right before the fight.
True, but he hasn't fought in a while.
No, he's not the same man, but he's still probably better than most. So we'll definitely give it.
I think so too.
Obviously, Dustin Poirier could have fought for the belt if he wanted to, but he chose a Conor fight instead.
Right.
So he wanted that instead.
No, that's a little bit bigger money draw.
Oh no, for sure. Another co-main event we got for that 264 is your boy Lyman Greg Hardy coming back in action against
heavyweight.
Oh yeah, against Tai Tuivasa. So definitely see how that he's actually good. Only got like 2 or 3 losses. Yeah. So definitely good. So next month we'll definitely be back here. We got a good fight, a good card that month. Gilbert Burns is fighting Stephen Thompson. We got Sean O'Malley coming.
O'Malley's coming back.
Yeah, Kevin Lee. So we definitely got a lot of good fighters. So we'll definitely be back in the next few weeks talking
great fights
NBA,
coming up.
Basketball, and then obviously back in July talking
sure.
UFC 264.
For sure, we got all the sports for you guys. We definitely got everything that you guys want to hear. Hopefully, you guys like this episode, and we just want you guys to subscribe and download, and make sure you guys just follow us everywhere. We're on social media, so follow us and chat with us if you want to hear something.
Yes, and we love the feedback. We love communicating with our fans. We want to make sure we give you the content that you love. So, just keep letting us know what you want, what you love, what you don't like, what you hate. It don't even matter.
Right.
Even if you talk to me, say hi. I'm here.
We're here to say hi back.
That's a whole fact. And we're definitely here to talk some sports.
For sure. And really appreciate you guys listening to this one. And just wait up for the next one. This is Who You Got Sports Podcast with
Mello
and Rado. Thank you guys for listening.
Peace.
Peace.